Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
First run now for Kyren Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Now Willis. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now. 70, Timberwolves. Ready.
On the option to give to Williams here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Willis out of the gun. Over the middle and complete to Addison. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
6 yards.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
26 yards. First down, Rams.
To throw, here's Willis. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the Eagles' 4-yard line.
They get this out left. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Corum is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Eagles' 3-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
And he's got it. Touchdown. Terrence Ferguson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okurobi now. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Hurts sets up to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Hurts to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Inaudible here to get a new look. They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Serve.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Rams are going to get it back here just past the 35. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Willis looking to throw it. And he checks this one down to Williams. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
At the 45-yard line.
The shotgun snap to Willis. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6-0 our score after 1. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal. 19 Cardinal. 19 Cardinal.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. 25 yards that time.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work, because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Ready.
Willis with a quick throw out wide. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. From the gun, here's Willis. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Right back to the air with Willis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Shotgun snap to Willis. Now a run, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Willis looks to pass it here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Oh, my God, the blessings, bro. That's a pick, baby.
Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. A handoff, Barkley running left.
Saquon Barkley, bro. I just blessed this man with a fucking interception. Could have been picked. Good.
Saquon Barkley.
So the celebrates and literally do fucking interception, man. Adding, bro.
Saquon Barkley, 65 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And we got to
Elliott
catch
good on the extra point.
Ella.
And the lead is down to 2.
It's out. Watch interception.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
That's interception. Still running.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
38-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now he's going to step up and run. Willis slides safely, and he picks up the first down.
That's good for Rams. First down. A gain of 15. First down, Rams.
Look at my team. Trap 60, trap 60.
Now they'll change things up.
Ready.
Back to throw, Willis. And that is
Gosh,
going to be
bro,
incomplete
stop
as
with
he
the
let him
score.
a bit too much.
Don't matter, man. Replay. Replay, baby. Replay. Replay.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Back.
Willis. He'll drop this down to Williams. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Trap 60.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Kevin Byron.
First and 10 at the
19
30-yard line.
In motion right is Addison. Now Willis to throw. He's into space past the 25. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Rams first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Here's Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Yo, come on, bro.
And it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
From the gun, here's Willis. Pass complete to Addison. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Corum. But he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Willis out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Malik Willis as the first half is winding down. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kicks away.
Malik Willis on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Airing it out deep for Smith.
Yo, y'all give him that bullshit-ass catch triple cover?
All the way deep into Los Angeles territory.
That's it.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Give me a Masa.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Up.
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Yeah, it's
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw, Willis. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. That's a
Saw, get off the stairs.
Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size
Come now.
to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
With a quick throw completed by Willis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now Willis to throw. Man, and he hits him in stride. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
To throw, here's Willis.
Didn't it?
Complete. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Here's a quick throw right side. Touchdown, Rams. Blake Corum taking it in. And the Rams are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Hurts sets up to throw it. To Barkley on the check down. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Warriors 70. Here we go. 19.
Willis out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Okay, break. Go. Cougar 19. Ready.
And here's Willis now off the play fake. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Bronco 80. Ready.
Now Willis. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Willis looking to throw it. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Rams will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 24.
Eagles 7.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Keep it mild, though, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a kids-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Great.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. Loose inside the 30. Saquon Barkley.
Third step, third down.
Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles were able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And Hurts is intercepted.
Not putting that bitch through the air. Better keep running stuff.
And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Here's a quick throw completed by Willis. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah,
oh, come on, Malik.
Our apologies. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Come on. 60 in. Drag him, 60.
Willis now off play action. Completes this to Addison out left. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Rams
Play fake. Here's Willis. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
18, 5 in. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
From the gun, here's Willis.
Oh,
One incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
Here we go. Viking 18.
Again, Willis to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back to the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. 2nd and 7.
No touch that. Trimmer. No touch.
Again, it's Barkley. And some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 168 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. There he goes again, and all the way down to the 5. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 51 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Great. Set. 180.
Hurts. Now a run here off the
RPO.
Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley with now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Ready, play. 18, Rodney, 18, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Zach Ball able to get him for a loss of about 3.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste a separate performance from these ace pass rushers.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Willis will look to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Here's first and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. Saquon Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Here's second down.
They'll go to Barkley again.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
63.
Here's Hurts to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And all the way to the opposite 45.
So far. Niggas thought I was going to spam
The
hard.
city always a little extra excitement for week one and one of our early window games here in week one.
Get my plus, man. Niggas thought shit was smooth.